Well, good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, the 20 something of January. It's been 7 days, I think. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know. I think today is Thursday. It's been about 7 days since I started this journey there after work last Thursday, last week. And got on an airplane to come down and starting this battle, this journey, if you may. So I just kind of wanted to keep everyone abreast today to what's coming up and what all's been happening. I For the first day since I got here today, I had absolutely nothing to do. The way it's been working, they either call me first thing in the morning by 7 o'clock and they say, "Hey, we need you to come in, get whatever things done, and then you'll see the doctor," type thing. But today was a day where today was a day of rest. And so, very well deserved, I think. My body's just not acting the way it normally was, where I can go 12, 13, 14 hours, if not longer sometimes, running the nonprofit or just running errands after work or whatnot. But I don't know, I get tired pretty easily, and it's kind of frustrating, to be quite honest with you. I'm not that energetic like I used to be, but needless to say, I still have enough energy to do whatever I have to get done. I'm being selfish, absolutely selfish, and just conserving my energy to the battles and the fights that matter. And not so much that the other ones don't matter, but other things don't have high priority as this. So when I started this, I mentioned to you guys that my goal was to go into remission. And so that is still my ultimate goal. If you're fighting me, then you're not fighting alongside of me. That's kind of the way I see it. But anyways, the appointments tomorrow. I have an all-day event tomorrow. Several different doctors. More so, I'll be seeing the oncologist again first thing in the morning, and then which will hopefully have the type of mutation. There's a JAK2 mutation that comes from such disease. The JAK2 is the first name is Janus, where we get the month of January from. It's a Roman god, but I'll touch more on that later on. It's just a really cool finding. I'm definitely feeding my soul, feeding my spirit. I'm reaching out to that of the things of known, to that of the things of faith. I saw my mom get real close to God, probably more than anyone I had ever seen, especially in the upbringing and religion that I grew up in. But she really grabbed a hold of that, like cancer does. Cancer grabs kind of like that little crab. If you're the zodiac Cancer, you got a little crab and they grab a hold of it. Well, that's exactly what she did. And so she, in essence, paved the way for others to follow. Never did I think that I was going to be going through this. Everything's still very surreal. I can't grasp my head around everything that I'm going through, everything that I've been through. I just want time to stop. Literally, I haven't had time to take care of everything like I usually have. Everything just shifted. Went from a strategic plan to a tactical plan, if you may. But anyways, it's been good. Tomorrow, like I said, I got a couple more appointments. Hopefully, we'll be able to define the trait, the gene that is being affected from polycythemia vera. That's what I've been diagnosed with. It's a type of leukemia. I think just from looking at the numbers and charting things out from different labs and whatnot, the numbers have been wavering a little bit. White blood count has been dropping, which was kind of alarming. But that explains why I have been very weak and whatnot lately. But it also tells me that the white blood counts are fighting that of the cancerous cells. The cancer lab stuff has been climbing little by little percentages here and there. A couple of the other ones have doubled in numbers. So the ones that double in number, that kind of scares me, kind of gives me the impression that this thing is semi-aggressive, considering we're into week 4 of this. And the numbers have doubled in some areas. But needless to say, I am here. I'm here in faith. What's funny is that every year I pick a word for me to concentrate on and set my goals on, set my sights on, if you may. Like many of us, I used to be the type that would, say, at the beginning of the new year, Jonas, keep that in the back of your mind. I'm going to start my diet. I'm going to start taking care of myself, eating better, and so on and so forth, and exercising on that. And then by the third week, it's like it's out of the window. We set so many goals and so many expectations that we end up falling short of them and not reaching them. That is mainly because of the power of words, our free will, and because of temptation, everything that is out there that brings us down. But so I kind of want to speak from the heart today. But not too long ago at work, we came up with the word, or one of our core values of being perseverance, to persevere. And I'm taking that kind of to heart. My word of the year or my goal was healthy risks. I didn't think I was going to be looking at healthy risk in the physiological, corporate sense, but more so in the sense of me growing and maturing as an individual. But now I'm facing it on a different perspective. And so the word perseverance and taking healthy risks, kind of go hand in hand. To persevere is to be persistent towards a goal. And so it's one of the core values that we identified at work. And it's key in what I'm facing, because that is going to what gives me that motivation for me to be persistent, is for me to keep on being positive, surrounding myself with like-minded people that are positive. We go to the hospital and I see a lot of people that are down, and I feel their pain, I feel their anger, I feel their disappointment, and then I can feel that, I see guys and kids and other people that are in a lot worse situation than I am, and I'm hoping, I have faith that I will not be one of those, that I will break the chain in our family of this cancer that has been with us for several generations. So the first thing I have is before we have a fruit, before we have a produce, if we go out there, we first have to plant a seed. And so a seed is something that we plant. Although the seed is tangible and we plant it in the ground, what we don't see. Minute by minute, we don't see it growing. Faith tells us that it's going to grow and that it's going to reproduce fruit. And so before we have a fruit, we have to plant those seeds. It's the same thing with faith. In order to have faith, we have to plant those seeds of faith, build faith as a goal in order to persevere. The one thing that I've been getting a lot from people. Oh, I hope you get good results. Oh, I hope that you have a good day. And those are really good thoughts. But listen to what Romans 12:2 talks about. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, a constant renewing of your mind, and don't conform to the things of this world. Sometimes we get so comfortable in our areas. It's just even our thoughts consume us, and they kind of end up working against us. Hope, although it is good, it's not enough to claim victory. In order to be victorious, you have to have a battle. And so my battle is pretty evident, and I will be victorious. I will claim victory. I'm claiming it right now, because faith is essentially the substance of things that we hope for. Again, faith is the substance of things that we hope for. I'm hoping to have good results. Well, I have the faith. I claim faith over that I will get good results. It's not just hope anymore. It's now faith. Remember Corinthians 1 Corinthians 3:13 talks about faith, hope, and love. The greatest of all is love. But the first one, they're given to you in sequential order: faith, then hope, then love. First, we have to have faith. Faith of the things unseen. I'll be taking medication. I won't know the chemical structure of this medication, but needless to say, I have the faith that it's doing what it's supposed to do. I have the faith that I came to the right place to receive my treatment, and I have the faith that I will be claiming victory over this. It's a difference between I hope I am well, I hope I wake up good tomorrow, versus I am perfect health. I am healthy. Most people have a tendency of saying I am hungry. Well, you're not hungry. You are that person that you identify yourself with, you are feeling hungry, but you are not hungry. I used to identify myself as I am diabetic. No, I'm not diabetic. I'm Omar. I have diabetes. And so that is what I started out earlier with a session, of the power of words. The word was what created us all into existence. And in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. And so essentially that is what we are claiming here, is with the power of words, not gossip, power of words, to be out there and encouraging, even if you're not talking to me or at me in some cases. It's still the power of words that attract that of what you are speaking, that of what you're manifesting through your mouth. And so essentially that is my ultimate goal for tomorrow. I know that I have, a long ways to go. I thank you all for hanging in there with me, for your words of encouragement, for your love, your compassion, your patience, all those things, definitely give me a warm, fuzzy feeling. Let me know that, I got the right support system in place. I think I mentioned it earlier that I've had strangers, people that I barely know, people that I haven't planted too many seeds, but they are coming out of the woodworks, and they're definitely extending, their love and their compassion. And I feel the sincerity when they say, "Hey, call me if you need anything." They're there. Many people, will say that whenever you're sick or whenever you're facing some trial, and then when you do call them, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't." Or the reality is that we're too selfish in nature, and I've done that too. We're too selfish in nature that we don't want to be inconvenienced or be taken out of our routine or out of our way to reach out to others in a moment of time. And so, I have been somewhat distant from the family that I grew up with for many, many different reasons. But the reality is that I do have seeds that I have planted, and now the fruit is coming to fruition, is coming to be there as a tangible item, and so I'm very blessed in that area, and I pray that, this somehow touches others' hearts, that whatever my experience I go through, that is not done in vain, that someone learns something or gets something out of it in whatever way possible. And so that is another one of my goals, is to make sure and I extend to those that are listening, to those that are my loved ones, family and friends, co-workers, in an effort to bring us all together in a moment of trial. But anyways, that is all I have for today. 1 week, 7 days, but who's counting, right? Tomorrow, a big day. I will try and update you guys tomorrow, Friday, in the afternoon and the evening. I do have my wife and my daughter Sammy coming down this evening. They're probably somewhere around Waco right now, Waco, Texas. And so what's funny is that we were actually due to come down here this coming weekend for a soccer tournament. And so lo and behold, I was just out here, a couple of days or a week and a couple of days prior to them coming down here. And so I'm just extremely blessed that we were able to preserve and just everything's fallen into place. I still want to ask you guys to keep us in prayer, even the unspoken prayers. If you feel inclined to leave a message on this, even where a direct message, or even where other family members are listening, or friends, by all means, I want to encourage you guys. It definitely lifts me up, without a doubt. It lifts me up whenever I get a message or I hear someone's voice that I haven't, been around with here this last couple of days. It just brings that warm and fuzzy feeling that, obviously that I am loved, that so, some of you, despite our differences, you're still behind me, empowering me. And so that is all I have. Thank you guys. Good night and God bless.